Hey folks, so welcome to the Radio Mod installation for Shadow. This is going to be a bit of a picture tutorial since I don't actually have the game with me that I can record a video for installation, but this should give you everything you need to know about installation. So basically what we're looking at here is the Radio Mod in place with the wires coming out the back of it. You can see that the red plug is unplugged. That's the easiest way to get that shimmied through your playfield. And the mod is installed with those two screws we provided. They're silver. In this image they're black. If you want to try to find black ones, we weren't able to, but they're 6-32 threads and they're about a ½ inch long. Once you have those screws, the original screws removed, and you have the radio installed with the screws we provided, then you're going to go ahead and fish that red 2-pin connector down through the playfield, and here's what that looks like. So you can see under the brick plastic just to the left of the radio mod and that ramp, there's a hole in the playfield. So if you route the wires as were shown in the last image, sort of around and back behind the ramp, you can then fish the wires down through this hole and they'll come out the bottom of the playfield near where we're going to need to connect to the wires for the lighting. So here's a shot under the playfield. You can see the wires coming out through the bottom of the playfield, and then they're going to come up to that plug that we're looking at in the picture there in the top left corner. That plug has the wires on it which control the light that we're going to pull the lighting signal from. In this image you're seeing that red connector already connected, so once you get the wires pulled through the bottom of the playfield, you can plug that red connector together with the pigtail that comes in the package, and that pigtail has two white clips on the end of it, on one on the red wire, one on the black wire. Those clips are what are going to clip onto the wires that are coming out of that lighting board and into that connector in the top left corner of the image. So we'll look at that next. So here is the plug that we're looking at on the lighting board, the PCB lighting board. What you're seeing is the orientation you should see when your playfield's up and you're looking at this plug from underneath. On the far right side is the ground pin that we're looking for, and that is the yellow and black striped wire that's on the far right side. That is going to be the connection for one of the clips that is provided, and then the connection for the second clip is the fourth wire from the right. That fourth wire from the right is a red with an orange stripe on it, I believe, and so you're going to clip that those white clips onto each of those wires. Doesn't matter exactly where you clip them. Basically you just lay the wire in the trough of the clip and squeeze down with a pair of pliers, and I'll give you a little demonstration of that. So here's the installation of the alligator clips, or the shark bite clips that I was talking about. At the end of these clips should already be open for you. If they're not, you can just use your thumbnail or a really thin like tweezers or something to just slightly pull this little this little clear tab off the white part here, and then it will open up. And then you're just going to take the wire that you need to connect it to. In this case, we're talking about the yellow and black striped wire and the red and orange striped wire, and you're just going to lay it into the trough that the gold pins are in, and close the clear lid on top of it. And you can generally push it down with your fingers, but it may not clip all the way. And so what I like to do is just use a pair of needle nose or similar pliers and just click it down all the way so that it's stuck closed and it won't open. What that's going to do is push this wire down into the gold contacts that are in there and make contact with them so they can receive the lighting signals from the PCB and light up the radio at the same time. So you're going to do that with each of these connectors, one on each wire, and then you'll be connected to power. Now, what may happen is that the light bulb and these two connectors could be reversed. There's no way to know exactly until it's installed which way it needs to go, and you're not going to know based on those wires or those clips, which way it needs to go. So all you have to do is, if this doesn't light up right away, when the light on your playfield lights up, is just to reach in here and just pull the bulb out with your fingers, and then just flip it around to the other way. So it may be installed that way, just flip it around the other way, and then it should light up no problem. So if you have any questions or issues with that, certainly give us an email. But those are the really only the two things to look out for, is make sure that these are clipped down all the way on the wires so they're making good contact, and you can always undo them if you need to. The same, just pulling up that clear tab, and then you can redo them. And then of course, if the bulb is needing to be reversed, just flip it around, and that should give you everything you need to do to install the radio mod.